Our next speaker is Paul Borgermans from KU Leuven, and his talk is entitled ManGO Platform Updates with a Community Focus.
Thank you very much, Corey. And welcome all to my talk of today. So indeed, ManGO platform updates. ManGO has been introduced in the community here of IROTS since a few years. And ManGO as a platform at this point in time consists actually of various components. The one that most of you have seen and some have adopted in the community, for which we are very grateful, is the ManGO portal. But internally, we have many more modules and extensions built. An important one of this is ManGO Flow that I talked last year also. And we promised to publish it, but it has not been done yet, but it will be soon. Because actually we worked a lot for our cold storage project, which is depicted with the symbol on the top right. It's called Frigo, which basically consists of many of these components that are here on the screen. I will tell you slightly bit more about that later. However, many of these components have been kind of organically grown. We have progressive insight in how software development should have been done. We're also with a growing team. So yes, basically what we ended up with is a system that works for us very, very well, actually. But still, it is quite tangled. And I'm sorry for this AI-generated image. It's a bit lousy prompting from my side. But since a while, we started also to refactor it. So this mess a little bit on the left. And there are many dependencies, inner dependencies that make it hard to have a clear system where you have very clear and independent components. But still we aim for this. So for the entire ManGO platform, we have these refactoring goals that we really want to have proper packages, proper Python packages. We do everything in Python in this sense, except for the things we rely on Go for, the tools that Peter developed. So yes, so packaging is one of the things, very strong typing, all the modern software engineering principles, we want to have them implemented by the whole team. We also want to enhance this reusability of components, move out also the KU Leuven very specific things to the more general and reusable things. And also an important goal for the next months is a lot of testing, and actually a lot of work has been done already behind the screens. And finally, we also will come up with decent documentation for all to consume internally and externally. So on the right side, you see actually also a bit of a helicopter view of these refactoring goals, and centrally is now what we call ManGO Lib. It is basically a building block that is common to all of our kind of products or applications that we develop, from ManGO Portal, Workflow Engine, ingest applications, and also on top of that, because we want to have it really properly done, it should be easy to add extensions, either our own extensions or extensions that if you want to adopt a ManGO Portal, for instance, that it would be easy to do so. But let's have a slight peek into ManGO Lib, because this is the thing that is getting a bit more mature now, and we'll publish this in the next days, if not this afternoon. Basically, ManGO Lib is everything that has been common that we developed and that we saw it could be of importance either for ourselves or for the community. And it consists of several modules, which, as we separate them out, are also subject to very rigorous testing, meaning we develop lots of PyTests, we write the documentation, and only then we add it really to the ManGO Lib package. So what's inside? Just a small glimpse. Actually, there is a lot of code in, and some of you may not grab much of it, but I'll try to, nevertheless, to illustrate some things. One of the modules is IROTS. ManGO Lib is not only IROTS, it's more than that. But for the iROTS part, there are two important things that we want to achieve here. On one hand, we want to enhance querying iROTS, and our focus is also on can query 2, as Corey knows probably from the bug reports that we post or the struggles that we have with it. Oh, sorry. So for example, there is a generic function that you could use. If you have used jQuery 2, you probably know that its result is basically a list of lists. And this function makes a kind of a wrapper around it where you specify on one hand the identifiers that you will want to, and then it results in a dictionary. But also inside this definition of this parameterization that you do, you can actually input functions that transform your inputs. If you have a date time, you know, everything in iROTS AVUs is strings. Of course, we do not work with strings all the time. We want integers, we want date times, we want transformations even, and this wrapper function does this. Another important thing in our ManGO platform is the use of what we call an operator account. It's basically ROTSadmin, because we need to be able to handle and impersonate users for certain scenarios where we need to work around some of the limitations of iROTS, especially in the area of authorization. So centrally, what we have is an implementation that we call the zone operator session, which is basically a ROTSadmin account that can be called in some way and can also impersonate. Now we have a very specific data platform, as we call it, implementation for it that we also expose in the current version of the ManGO portal. But of course, this is very typical or very specific for KU Leuven. However, you can imagine that you can have easily your own implementation. It could be as simple as a certain iROTS environment that just specifies and has, of course, the security around it, the credentials, and that you can just call that to create a ROTSadmin session. It's part of ManGolib because it's a key thing for us. And it comes with this simple implementation. Other modules, and you might be surprised to see that it's done generally, like the Jinja module. Basically, ManGolib provides a native Jinja extension. We are also in the refactoring doing everything we can to follow the typical ecosystem standards. And for Jinja, there is a way to do proper extensions for it. It currently contains it contains a lot of template filters that are useful. And these template filters can be used both in the web context, but also in a flow context. People who deploy systems with Ansible probably also know Jinja, the syntax. You can build any kind of strings, and that's why we separated it out in ManGolib. Other examples that are in there is alternate regex handling. Not everybody knows the syntax of regular expressions in Python very well. We developed another alternative, a very simple mustache-like syntax. So whenever some people can understand the template language of Jinja, they will immediately recognize, oh yeah, that looks similar. It's different, but it looks similar, makes it easier to adopt. An important part for us is in here, path parameter extraction. I don't know how much research data management applications are there, but that are confronted that actually metadata is hidden or exposed in the path of data objects and collections. Is useful for that. Other modules revolve around metadata for extraction from text files. There are also some debugging utilities. For example, through object size, it's something you do not have natively in Python, but we provided here a function that does so. And also, centrally in ManGolib is the core of what we call the ManGO CLI command. It's called ManGO, and it is defined with some extras as based on Click, also the library in the Palettes ecosystem where Flask and Jinja live. And basically, it's a command line client that is easily extensible. It works right now, but it does not do much except listing whatever you extend it with. Okay, ManGO portal. I think for the ecosystem, probably the most important part. So a slight recap. What is it? ManGO Portal. It is basically a flavor of a web client, which in our case was built with multi-tenant, multi-zone applications in mind. And that's what it is. It's based on the Flask framework, and it's currently developed on a project or a realm paradigm where you typically have a zone, home, and then a project. It can be public, can be your home directory as a user potentially. And some parts like user management are done via a ROTS admin proxy. That is because we have multiple projects and we do not want a group manager of project A be able to manipulate the groups of project B. So here we changed it also into a package and it actually works currently, at least in our development branches. So basically, when you would like to deploy the ManGO portal, you just create your own instance, you import ManGO portal, and that should be it. Next slide shows you a little bit more. So what is going on right now is moving out all the KU Leuven specific parts, which is hard. It's because we didn't follow all the good standards in the first place. And also what we want there is, and it will be done very soon, it's the hard-coded dependencies like metadata extraction and so on will go out into optional plugins. Also, and that's also one of the reasons that when people want to deploy ManGO portal, you basically have to fork it. You need to change the checkout of the GitHub repository. So what we do now is that we moved all the basic templates into a blueprint. Blueprints have a low priority. So if you have an instance of the ManGO portal installed, the standard Flask templates folder, that's the one that gives priority. It makes it very easy to customize the layout and logos and everything you want. And the same applies to configuration defaults. So basically, the ManGO package comes with some sensible defaults, we hope, but it's easily overridden by instance defaults, which you have in your own repository, separated from the ManGO portal code base. So the goal, and actually 80% of what here is real, very real. How you install ManGO portal is you just say, okay, UV init, we like UV. You cd into this part and then you add the ManGO portal package. You run some initialization, you activate it, and then you call the boot script that comes because you initialized it, and bam, the ManGO portal runs. That's how easy it should be and will be. ManGO Flow, I'm excited. Okay. So ManGO Flow, recap, this is basically workflow data flows for us and transformations. It's not yet driven directly by iROTS PEPs, which is actually one of the things that I hoped in the beginning. The thing is that iROTS PEPs are inside iROTS, and to drive something externally, you need to actually use the Python extension, which unfortunately means booting every time a Python kernel doing your thing and Python kernel is thrown away. It's a bit of overhead. So we do it by periodic monitoring and also, of course, by direct actions. Direct actions that come from users, user interaction from the web interface, or also outside factors, outside scripts and systems and whatever you want. It is totally built on Celery. It's basically a very standard Celery application, which in our view is still trusted major and with active development. So we can safely rely on this for the years to come. The changes are therefore also internal because we never published it before, but there has been some shifts going on. Some parts are moved into ManGO lib. For example, archiving and these patterns that I mentioned. Tasks are more and more extended and executed according to canvas paradigms. That means workflows that can either be parallel, serial, or any of those combinations. And also important for us, we have this beat scheduler configured in it, which has been extended with quite a few monitoring options in which we rely on the capabilities of iROTS to expose, for example, modification times and so on. An important use case for us, and that we have been working on for more than the past year, actually, is this FreeGo cold storage solution, which in essence is ManGO Portal plus ManGO Flow. It was also a very nice exercise to see, okay, how can we drive this further and test see where are the limits of what we have currently with ManGO Flow. So we came up with a data-driven model, which basically means that you divide your workflow up into kind of independent steps in the sense that a step in a workflow does not need to know which is the successor of it or the predecessor. It's actually, well, engineering, proper engineering. But the drivers are interactions that come from users in the ManGO portal. See, ManGO portal is an important part there. And on the other hand, asynchronous tasks in ManGO Flow, together with monitoring. And here you see also a part of a screenshot of the cold storage flow in action, where I'm not going to explain it, but there is some parallelism. There are quite some things in it because cold storage is expensive, and so we want to be sure that everything's okay. Then finally, documentation. That's always the hardest thing to do. But I started the thing with my MKDocs and MKDoc strings. I know MKDocs is kind of deprecated in the community, but it's so huge that I have no any problem with continuing and using it. It's basically also Markdown. Once you document things in Markdown, it's basically universal. We use also doc strings in Google style. For now, we want to put everything in one documentation repository from which we generate a static site, including, and that's the main thing for me, a very powerful search, although it is still client side. We'll host it on GitHub pages, and it will come with frequent updates. And my last slide is actually a screenshot of the current state of this documentation, where you'll see how it looks in dark mode. There is also a white mode or day modes. But the goal is here that you have a combination of our own written docs outside the code base, combined with documentation in the source codes, which is then all recycled in here. That's it. Part of a team that is quite large. Not everybody is working 100% on ManGO or on iRods, but still we realize that we have quite some resources to make all these things happen. So thank you. If you want to find out more, we have an aggregated URL on GitHub where we link all the other projects in. That's it. Yes.
You have any questions?
We know that Luxembourg just talked about having ManGO installed. What is the reach? Do you know of other places that have already installed or are running any of these, all of these things?
The things that, not all these things, but ManGO Portal is the main thing. But yeah, there are users in the Netherlands, Austria, Italy is experimenting. Some have looked at it and created their own thing based on a bit what they saw with us. So, and yeah. I don't think I can really put names on it.
No, of course.
But there is like 6 or 7 people, or installations. One of them is really in production. Second, Luxembourg is coming into production, and others are looking at it. And we hope, of course, to expand this just also because of these efforts. Because for us, the benefit would be collaboration.
Of course,
which means open source collaboration means. Yeah, we hopefully profit also.
And that means that you've taken the Leuven parts out of the custom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to invite people, if you want, tomorrow to the troubleshooting section. I will have a meeting with some people there also about this. So if you want to join and learn a little bit more, I can also do more demos.
That's good.
We are.
Any other questions? Yeah. Got one.
Thank you for the presentation. I am from the Medical University of Graz in Austria. We are using ManGO as our iRods client, and we have integrated it with OpenSearch with automated indexing of the metadata.
Sorry, I didn't get that last part. Did I hear search?
We are using OpenSearch with ManGO.
Yes. Okay, search is actually a subject that's important, and there will be also more developments. So currently, what we also do is using OpenSearch. We have a module that I don't know, it's not published on GitHub, it's not it's really open source, because it relies on a internal workflow where we use Apache Kafka, and so to have the massive flow of events that are needed to build up a search index that's up to date. On the other hand, we also have troubles with OpenSearch, and I'm not sure that can push this through, but in my free time, I will also develop a search engine for ManGO Portal based on Apache Solr, because in OpenSearch and Elasticsearch, you have the mapping explosion problem. You cannot have more than 1,000 fields in OpenSearch. Well, you can have more. We drive it to 3,000. So, okay. And there are some tricks, but you basically lose your capabilities of searching. And with Apache Solr, this is not an issue, and you have more problem. But it's not KU specific. It will be my own thing, most likely. But yeah, search is hard. But let's talk maybe outside the thing here. We can find some minutes and have a look at what you need and what you want, and maybe we can find a solution there.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry?
Bye.
Yeah. How big is the source code of ManGO Portal?
All of it.
Yeah. Like, is
I
it
don't
like
know.
10, 20,000, or like it's 100,000s?
No. It's not that much, and it will be a lot less. There is a lot of cleanup going on. The only thing that I looked at very recently was the number of commits for the ManGO Portal. We are at some like 600, 700. The Frigo part, so the cold storage part, is running against 1,000 commits over the past year. We have an idea how much code is developed there. It's quite impressive. But overall, the code is not that big. Definitely not. And if it would be, then it would be a problem.
All right, thank you.
We got one behind you, Derek.
Hello. Hi, Paul. Thank you for the presentation. So you've mentioned that you are moving configuration and templates outside the ManGO code. My question is, because now, because we did a lot of customization in terms of we have different templates, we have our own logos that we've put on ManGO. And then if we upgrade, generally it breaks everything and we have to reconfigure everything. So now with this update that you're moving the templates and config outside the ManGO code, is it safe to say that we can just simply upgrade the ManGO code, keeping our configs and templates?
Yeah, so that's also the upgrade part that I mentioned when I said we'll move actually the ManGO Portal templates inside this proper blueprint. This will have lower priority than anything that lives in your application instance templates system. So if you copy out, you may create your own instance and you copy out these templates that you have for your own customized thing there, it will work like it works now. Okay. It will not break. Okay. It will. So the ManGO Portal templates will be there, but they will not be active because yours get priority by default. So yes, I was happy actually that upgrade path is possible because of the design of the Ninja template system in Flask applications. Yeah. And that's basically one of the things that's the most of the part of the fork. If people want to install ManGO Portal, it's that, the template system.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.